Let's go, baby.
Yeah. For the 90 now.
90 now.
All heads realize.
Wrekonize.
Real heads on the rise.
Wrekonize, my brother.
Boot camp coming through. 1,
Click,
2,
click, click,
3.
and the night.
3, 2, 1. Represent my son. Show him how it's done. Yeah. What up?
Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the 90 Now
Hey.
podcast. This is episode 2, and we're rocking through the our 5 favorite albums of 91.
You seen the intro, man? Go back if you don't know what it's about.
yeah. All right, let's.
Nah, just joking. We're on 91.
We're on 91,
91, dog.
and we blasting off on a new mission, man. And we can only take 5 albums, our favorite albums of 91
From the hip hop scene.
from the hip hop scene. No R&B shit. No motherfucking pop. No disco.
5 minutes.
Fuck that, man.
Fuck that 5-minute rule, dog.
The made up rule, man.
You flag a motherfucker if you want.
Yeah. And we'll try to contain the albums in size this time so we don't push. We
Yeah.
don't want to push 2-hour podcasts and shit like that.
Yeah, we'll try and shorten it down
We'll try
a
to
little
shorten
bit.
it up, man. We'll just kick
We're
straight
learning.
into fuck yeah, man. We're doing this shit with y'all.
Yeah, we're passionate motherfuckers, man. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Can't stop
Got some
us.
shit to say, dog.
I got some.
No, I gotta
guy.
say this.
But I reckon we just kick straight into it with our first one.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah. No particular order.
No particular order, alphabetical
Alphabetical order.
order. 1991.
I'll kick it off in alphabetical order with our first album being A Tribe Called Quest's
Yeah.
second album, The Low End Theory.
Nice.
This is a fucking straight rocking album, man. This is sick. I love this album, dude.
Sick album. For all your wannabe heads out there, if you don't know, Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip, Fife Dog, Alicia He Muhammad
Ali
is
Shahi
the
Muhammad.
DJ. The MCs are Q-Tip and Fife.
There was originally Jerobi, but Jerobi left the group to do his own sort of stuff.
That dog up and left.
So he's not in this one. And apparently I heard that there was like a verse or two he did record, but it didn't end up making the album.
Okay.
They were like, nah,
So he was a
we're all good without it.
real valid, solid member. Of
Yeah. Contributed
It
a
really
lot.
contributed.
But
It was a Jive Records,
certified platinum.
produced mainly by Q-Tip, I would imagine.
Yep. I think Ali Shahi Muhammad did any of this like scratching and that sort of thing.
It
throughout the
only
album.
peaked at 45, and when I say peak, that's the US top 200 Billboard.
Yeah.
At the time, you know,
At the time.
and it was a 14 tracker.
14 tracker. This album is such a jump in sound from their last album.
Yeah.
It's absolute insane.
Yeah, it's like a different group, eh?
Yeah, and I reckon all their albums do that. Q-Tip seems so experimental with his production in
Yeah,
that sense.
yeah.
It's like the first one's real chilled, and then it goes to his second one. He's like, I'm just testing out literally the low end theory, which
Yep.
is just like pretty much low passing whatever you got to turn some shit into a bass lines or whatever. But he even had like professional bass players come in and use like actual double basses, and that's how you get like those wicked legit
Okay,
bass lines,
sick,
man. Like proper
sick.
recorded and just probably boost to the max, saturated and
Yeah, I love
all
that
that
shit,
sort of
man.
crap, man.
Gritty.
It's just wicked. The next album, we don't need to touch to that, but even that's just got a way different sound too. I love how he formulates that sound. He's like, let's run with this for this album, man. We're basing out this album. And it's so bassy. Most tracks are pretty much just drums, bass, and vocals.
Yeah.
And he like chucks some samples through like the hooks pretty much.
Yeah.
That's not for every track, like that's not a certified structure, but that's pretty much, man. And it's so raw, but it's just gritty as shit.
Yeah, what sort of feel do you reckon it's got? What would, if you had to describe it?
Well, it's got some with that double bass. It's got that real jazzy,
Yeah,
feel.
I reckon.
but just bass jazzy. You know, like it's
I love
strictly
that,
bass. Man.
Is that a genre? Like, I swear it is, man. In that time, anyway. Fucking, cause I think they were like with the We Got the Jazz. That was the one I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is like, I love this jazz funk shit, man. It's fucking
Funky.
nice.
Like I even read a few people saying that like they're like Guru started the sort of jazz stuff, experimenting with it, but they're like, this is the album that like blew jazz, hip hop, jazz rap into like the mainstream. Like this is what can be done. This is what we can do with it.
I'd agree with that.
And everyone
man.
was like, what the hell is this dude done with these samples, man? We're like just crazy. Absolute crazy. Every track, man. The drums are sick, dude.
Drums.
Drums, man. It's goddamn drums.
What's some standouts for you?
Some standout tracks for me, man.
I think we're gonna fucking
I think we definitely both
without naming the whole album.
yeah. Without, and that's a hard one for this one, man.
Yeah,
'cause
I
this
didn't.
is
I didn't
like-
stick to 3. I can't.
I'm glad
stick
we
to
taken
3.
this one on the mission, bro.
Yeah.
The second we left, if that wasn't on the plane, I probably would have just blew up the spaceship. I would have sabotaged the mission. Fuck it. We can't do it, man. We can't do it.
Fucking all of my seat.
Yeah, it would have
Right.
Good turn back. We turned into Hound 9000, you know, and just taking motherfuckers out. I was reading your lips, Dave. But bugging out for sure, man. That's just insane, dude. That bass
That's
line.
what you were just
Yes,
saying.
yes,
that,
yep.
but-
Bingo.
And like you were just saying how he got people into play. You can fucking 100% hear that
Yeah.
on Bugging Out.
Yeah.
Like that's a real dude.
Yep.
Playing a real instrument.
Hell yeah. And there's a few tracks where it's the exact dude playing
Sick.
the same bass for a
Oh,
few
what do
different
they?
tracks.
Do you know who they got? Like the name of the.
I can't remember if I wrote him
fucking
down
hell,
or not.
This guy's going full retard.
On full retard, man. Never go full retard. I don't know if I wrote it down. I'll have a look for it in a minute when you're talking, so there's not just fucking
Sorry,
complete
man.
blankness
Sorry,
for everyone
bro, I
there.
didn't want
But
to put you on the spot like
he's
that.
a legit bassist. He's like a legit bassist, and there's a bit of a theme of that through a few of these albums of like getting real people in to record some stuff, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But another track, I love Butter with just Fife.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
reckon Fife is so dope, man.
He's like he was. I don't know, man. I think he gets a bit overlooked.
I reckon he's crazy. A lot of people reckon Q-Tip's the main guy, man.
Yeah,
but
that's.
I personally
Why is that? Do you reckon? Do you reckon that's just because they're filthy casuals?
and
Do you know, like an armchair warrior who watches UFC and
yeah, or well, Q-Tip did a lot of the production. I know he was like heavy on the
like
scene,
props
you know, like
for all that.
heavy on the scene. I reckon he was the guy known for doing it, basically. And Fife, like I remember Fife saying he ran into Tips, just on the train, and Q-Tip's like, "I'm going to record the new album." He's like, "Do you want to come and play a few verses?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right, man, cool." And it's like Tip was just doing everything himself. He'd like picking the beats, like he'd probably been working at that for I don't know how long first, and he's like, "Now I'm going in there." And he just ran into him. He's like, "You want to come in? You want
this
to come
like-
in and do the Tribe album?"
Is this native tongue stuff or that was like tribe?
That was Tribe. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I think Q-Tip was just known for being the guy that really pushed the group forward, pretty much, that sort of stuff. But Fife, even in the doco, Fife says, "I always wanted to play basketball," you know, like,
Yeah.
he's like, I pretty much just
And
did
he's
it.
like
And
this
he's like, I
fucking
hated
film.
my own voice and that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I remember.
to me, man, Fife, I love his flow. It's so slow and simple. I almost think he's the, I don't know, better MC isn't the word, but maybe I'd prefer him more, I think.
Okay.
I really like Fife.
I really like Fife.
Especially in a few of the future albums, too.
Yep. I still give the edge to Q-Tip, not because of the production or anything. I just I like as an MC. For me personally, my
Yeah.
ear, I like him just a little bit better. But I think Fife is hell close, and I think that like I hate it how some people think of A Tribe Called Quest and they think of Fife as just sort of like being a hype man.
No way, dude. That's not correct at all.
Because he's not a hype man.
Nah.
He's way more than a hype man.
He's maybe not as prominent as Q-Tip, but
not
he's
as prominent, but he's not a Flavor Flav.
He's not a fucking Vin Rock, man.
Not a Vin
No,
Rock and not
no
a
offense,
Flavor
Vinny.
Flav. And I've got some shit to say about that
Yeah.
maybe later.
Yeah. He's no.
But he's no
Sin
Flavor
Dog.
Flav.
He's no Sin Dog.
He's no Sen Dog.
Yeah.
He's no Flavor Flav. And respect to all them
Yeah,
dudes. They all
dude.
have their part to play. And
Hells
especially if you go see him live, you understand why that dude is in the band.
Yeah.
In the group or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's when you really know to say, because when you listen to him, you think, what the fuck, this motherfucker's doing all the work. How's this dude getting a paycheck
Yeah.
from this dude?
Yeah.
But it's like when they got to perform the shit live, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they make a lot of
And
their
they're
money,
probably
build
writing
the
some of the
audience.
shit together or whatever.
And they're writing
like,
the shit
they're
together and the
formulating it or whatever.
creative processes.
But that's one thing that blows my mind about this album, which just puts Q-Tip on another level. It's just the structure of the tracks is so insane, I reckon. Like, just actually the way it's formulated. So many tracks would just be like plain beat looped, and that'd be pretty much the whole track. The chorus would maybe have some different samples or whatever. But he's like actually full structured the tracks, so like it's so hard to describe it. If you were to like try to draw the way the track goes, man, it's full, not just beat, chorus in that sense. It's just like you have drums and then bring in the next element, which will feed into like the next element, and then the drums will completely change with something else. It's just constant movement through the track, so it doesn't feel like stale. You never get like sick of a beat or anything like that. It's just constantly moving everywhere. His production's so on point, man. And I wrote that he was saying he was I read and then wrote that he was saying
wrote it, dog.
I read and wrote. I do reading and writing, man. I do both. But that he was heavily inspired by N.W.A.'s first album and like what Dre did on there. He's like, man, like listen to this dude, the way it's laid out and like just the sound of the bass, man. He's like, I want to do my version of that, bro. We gotta do this. That's where it comes from, man.
That's crazy.
But back to the tracks, and I like Show Business.
Back to Bugging Out quick. That's a cool film clip too.
Oh yeah,
I love it. They got the fucking they've like cut ping pong
yeah,
balls in half, and then put holes and they've got it here, so it looks like they're fucking.
And I love when it
tweaking.
cuts from the jazz to the other one. He's like,
that was awesome.
check it out, check what out, check this out.
Yeah,
And then it cuts
Boom,
to it. Yeah, and then at the end, it, like Q-Tip does his verse just as a cappella.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
that's cool.
That's
That's a
sick.
sweet fucking clip.
Show promote, rap promoter. You just said. Is that what you said, or show business?
I said Show Business.
That's a cool one, because that's one thing you notice is they're already talking about the fucking snakes.
Yeah.
You know, the business side of things.
Yeah.
You know, they're
And
that's
that's-
91.
Yes, and
You
that's
know, still so relevant now.
yeah. And there's one line in, I think it's Jazz. If people like want to comment what they think of the line, because it's when he says, this is going to be a mad butchered quote. Industry rule 5048 record labels are shady,
Okay.
and everyone was like, "What sort of is that?" and shit. But then I've heard just so many people talk about it.
What is it?
I don't know exactly. That's why I want these comments, bro.
Okay.
That's why I want these
Comment.
I mean, I could Google. I want your comments.
Yeah, fuck Google, man.
Fucking comment, bro. I want the heads to be dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get my knowledge from, the real people.
Yeah, man.
He's like, look, I was
No
there,
algorithm.
man. Yeah, fuck that algorithm. I was in the room when Q-Tip hit those pads. And shit. This is what it means.
I like rap promoter as well. The bass line on that,
Yes,
man.
dude.
That's sick, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, man.
I think that's another one where you can, like, that's the dude. Must be the same bass guy.
Yeah.
Playing it.
He does that one. I know the ones that I remember, he does that one. I think he does the first track with that crazy bass line. Doom, doom, doom.
Oh,
doom,
yep,
doom,
yep,
which
yep.
is just perfect choice to start the album.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
So insane, man.
Yep.
And verses from the Abstract. I know he does that one
Yep.
too.
Yep.
But I think he would do most of them. I don't know. He's like, man, can you just stay here and do all of them?
It's a pretty start to finish album.
It is, dude. It is. Check the Rhyme.
Check the rhyme.
That's a killer one.
Yeah, see, I didn't. I'm glad we got Dixie, because otherwise you're writing the whole album, really. Aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Well, we pretty much are, but just in turns.
Vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite on the album, man, is it just doesn't say anything about my character.
I think I got this one written.
The infamous date rape.
It's a good one.
It's just, for me, man, that was when I was making it like a tribe mix, and I'm going through all the albums. That'd be the first one I grab off this album. For me personally, that would be always my go-to one off this album.
Yeah, yeah.
And all the other ones we just mentioned, they come next. But
Next.
that would be I gotta get. You know when you're burning a CD and you ain't got enough room,
Yep.
and you don't know if the other's gonna. That motherfucker
That's
was
on
the
there.
one that had.
That's on there.
Because if it wasn't on there, I'd be flicking through that CD going, well, it's fucking. This is a good CD,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's all that
Yeah.
I'd be thinking the whole time.
Yeah, you make second you get in the car. What are you skipping like 5 tracks to get to the one you like? Why did I put those 5 even on there?
And is this?
I'm always just skipping straight to track 5.
Yeah, it's like I like this.
Yeah.
It's like when you make the pie, homemade pie. You don't have to put the gristle in there. You know?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can just put the
You're
good
eating it yourself.
yeah, filler. What do I put filler in my own pie?
But did you hear about the jazz beat? That
We got the jazz.
yeah. That originally Q-Tip heard it was like a Pete Rock beat.
Okay.
This is what Pete Rock said, so you can't put this on me. You know, Pete Rock said, he's like, man, I was playing the beat and Q-Tip came over. He's like, and then I just went downstairs. He's like, I went upstairs. He's like, when I came back down, Q-Tip's like, what the fuck is that, dude? And he's like, oh, it's like just this beat I'm working on. He's like, and then Q-Tip left or whatever. He's like, and then I heard Q-Tip had a beat. He's like, and it was, he's like, Q-Tip heard what I heard was playing. He's like, took the exact same elements and pretty much arranged them in the same way.
So we've got some Ice Cube, Sorry Basil 3.
So he went and
set in
just,
the air
he's like,
shit.
this sounds so insane. He's like, I'm going to go recreate the beats because I'm pretty sure I know what you used to fucking make that beat.
And did he ever give him props?
Well, in the song, he shouts out. He's like, Pete Rock for the beat.
do your Q-Tip voice.
Do the Q-Tip
Do
voice.
it, man.
I don't know the quote, so I can't, if I knew the quote exactly, I'd do it. But he's like, yeah. He's like, he shouts out to Pete Rock. He's like, thanks.
This dude's got a good Q-Tip fucking.
It's a
It's good. It's the best I've
for a
heard.
South Australian dude. It's
For a-
probably an okay
Look,
Q-Tip.
out of black, Mexican, fucking Puerto Rican, you're the best fucking dude I've heard do it, man. You know, I don't think it fucking matters anymore.
Oh, sick,
You know?
sick,
It's all
sick.
colours, bro.
It's all colours,
It's all
man.
colours, dog.
But this
We all
album,
bleed red.
it also featured leaders of the new schools, so .X, Diamond D, and Lord Jamar.
Okay.
Obviously, leaders of the new school was all on Scenario, crazy track, and the other dudes were all on what was the track called? Show Business.
Ah. The business.
Their business.
The highs and the lows.
And
So for the scenario, leaders of the new school, that was Busta Rhymes' first fucking crew. He was
yeah,
ever
which is
with.
Busta Rhymes, Dinko D, and Charlie Brown.
Is that the first scenario? It must be because this
Yes,
is because
yep.
what I forgot to say. This is their Tribe's second album.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
We sort of said it at the start, I think.
Did we?
I don't know. We said it had a jump from the first one. so
Okay,
it was implied,
it was implied.
I guess.
I'm double implying.
Hey, look, we know what we're talking about.
That
Us.
man second, not 6, 7, 7-minute abs.
But apparently a whole bunch of native tongues were meant to be in that track, and there was a whole bunch of verses recorded for that track. That
for
never
the
got put in.
scenario,
Yeah, and then just in the cutting stages, Q-Tip.
So that would have been Common.
Yeah, I guess it would have been De
De
La
La
Soul,
Soul,
Black Sheep,
Black
dudes.
Sheep.
It would have been a bunch of guys like that.
Go look up native tongues, man.
Yeah, they would have been a wicked album or something if that
Oh,
came out,
dude.
man. That would have been insane.
Wonder why that never come to fruition.
Well, apparently they ended up having some beef. I think it was after like Q-Tip wanted to leave whatever record company they were all with and go to another one. De La Soul was like, "Hey man," or whatever. I don't know the actual story. It's all just hearsay, thersay.
You weren't actually there.
It's just like the words that get passed down the wind to Australia, you know.
You weren't there.
I wasn't. How old am I?
What do you mean? bro? I'm fucking going home, dude.
Well, yeah,
I know you were there.
You don't mean shit. But in the cutting room stage, apparently that was just the best version of the song. They're like, sorry to everyone else, but we have to just go with the best version of the song. That's what we got. Was just, which is like, I love. It's such a sick posse cut. I love how everyone just has the structure of the song again. I reckon is all
Fife, man.
Yeah, but I just reckon the structure of the song is all on Q-Tip. I reckon he's like, you go here with this sort of bit, jump in this much, you got
Yeah,
this much
yeah.
to feel, then you're coming in, then him, and then Buster, you're killing it. At the
I'd like
fucking
to
end.
know how much input Buster had in on it.
Well, there's this cool story Q-Tip has, and you should look it up. It's called Q-Tip Does Busta Rhymes Impersonations, and he talks about when they're recording that, and Busta Rhymes comes in the studio, and he's like going up to everyone, man, and he's like, "What do you got, Fife? Let me hear your verse." And he's like, sick, and go up to like Dingo D. "What's your verse? Let me hear it, man." He did that to everyone. "What's your verse? Let me hear it." Sick. And they're like, "What's your verse?" He's like, "I'm not showing fucking anyone my verse. I'm showing no one."
Watch as I
And then yeah, Q-Tip's like, and then he just went in there and he's like blew us away. The sound engineer was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like that's insane."
as I come back.
Yeah. Rah, rah. And just how it's so like, how do you have so much voice control naturally, just naturally? Dude, you cut straight to tape. You know that type of voice, man, where you don't need to do any vocal processing on it at all. That guy just shines.
This is my favorite scenario because there's two scenarios. This is my favorite one.
Your favorite one? This one? Yeah, same.
Because of the Buster verse at
Yes,
the end.
dude,
and
it's so iconic.
Fife at the start,
Yeah,
and then Buster's at the end, man.
and it's got an iconic film clip.
The film clip.
But I reckon it's one of the best feature verses there are.
Yeah.
Like Buster crushes the song, man.
Yeah.
And I reckon Tip knew that. He's like, "I know you're gonna do this, man. I'll put you at the end."
They all, the whole LONS leads a new school clique. I reckon they're all good on it, man.
Yeah. Who's that? Brown.
See, yeah, that's fucking. That's probably my favorite.
But
scenario,
the
I think.
interesting fact I heard too is you know how Buster's got that little bit in the middle of Q-Tip's? I heard you rush and attack. Apparently Q-Tip wrote that. It was part of his verse, and he's like, I just want you to spit it, Buster. I want you to spit this in the middle of my verse, basically, because I reckon it would sound sick.
Yeah.
Buster Rhymes he wrote it down. He's like, and he spat it to me. He's like, in my voice. He's like, that way I know how to say it. He's like, and I was like, all right, sick, I'll do that. And it comes out killer though, I reckon. Raise the level of the ball inside the ear.
I love back and forward shit like that.
No, I
man.
did it.
That always gets me. Boing.
Yeah, sick. So killer fucking album, mate. Did you have any other tracks on there?
No, that's it, man. Covered them. I didn't want to put the whole album.
Yeah, same.
I just wanted to say R.I.P. to Fife. Man.
Yeah, man. Fucking so sick, dude. Such a legend.
Just give Q-Tip the props he deserves for being the fucking super producer he is.
Yeah.
And also, man, if you want to insightful but also slightly heartbreaking insight, there's a cool doco. Do you remember what that was called, man?
I think it's got this. It might have the same name as their first album.
Oh,
does
it's Beats, Rhymes, and Life, wasn't it? Isn't that what the doco's called? It's just like
Is it
same
called
as
that?
I'm pretty sure it was, wasn't it?
It could be.
Something along that.
It either had the name. It was either
either
the same as that album, or it had the name of their first album, and which was like the People's Rhythms.
Oh,
and
okay,
Instincts.
yep.
I can't remember the fact. It's got a hell long name.
For some reason, Beats,
I
Rhymes,
reckon
and
it might
Life
be-
is sticking in my head.
That was made by Michael Rappaport too,
okay.
who's just a crazy
Sprinkle
Tribe
Slime.
Called fucking Quest fan. Yeah, but yeah, cool doco, man.
Yeah, but heartbreaking in the end.
Yeah.
Because they kind of fucking hate each other in the end, man.
But the cool thing about that album, I don't know if that's what sparked them starting up that new album, which came out maybe, I can't remember what year that was now, 2016?
Oh, okay.
Because at the end, remember how at the very end of the doco, they're like, they still have in their contract, they're meant to do one more album.
Okay.
That never got like completed.
Yep.
Then we eventually got that album.
Oh, Disgeneration, or the last one that just come out
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
Was that what it's called? Was it like Disgeneration or something? Disgeneration? DIS Generation? Something like that.
Can't remember.
Or is that a song on there? I think that
probably
might be
a song.
on there.
But yeah, I reckon that's a good one, man.
Quick fucking disclaimer, man. I encourage you to go back and listen to all this shit. And not shit, actually, greatness. Because like our Lord Finesse says, man, like, this is the only genre of music where, like, the dudes from the past are called old school. Think about it. Like, in rock music, they're all called legends.
The greats.
The greats, man. So, like, these are the greats. These are the greats.
Yeah.
This isn't old school.
Yeah.
This is like the greats, man.
This is where the sound comes
the
from.
influential path fucking blazing, trailblazing, fucking trend-setting
Yeah.
dudes out there, man.
And you ask anyone who plays rock or whatever who they idolize, and it's the great rockers, They're
Yeah.
like, that's the dude I'm basically modeling my motherfucking
Yeah, because
self
that's
after.
who they were listening to
Yeah.
as a kid.
I'm trying to be like that.
That's what made them want to
They
do
don't
it.
hate on them.
They don't hate on
It doesn't
them,
make
man.
sense.
It's
And
like-
they've heard them.
they've heard them.
They've heard them.
They love them. Love
So
them.
many of these new fucking whack rappers come out. They're like, I don't even know the old rappers, and I don't need to.
And
Oh, that's why your shit sucks.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're trying to be a great cook and you've never tasted food.
That's yes,
Ah.
yeah. Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly, man.
You don't understand taste.
You don't.
That makes sense. You don't have taste buds and you want to be a chef.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
I know, man. Just go clean the street.
And we also want to say, don't go back and listen to it through your fucking mono TV speakers and say, oh, this sucks, man. Because, yeah, it will. Because that's not how, it's not designed.
Don't listen on your little AirPods
It's
or
not
whatever.
designed to be heard through that, man. That's like fucking grabbing a piece of raw corn and not peeling it and biting straight into the side and go, what the fuck is this shit?
Corn sucks.
No, you peel it and cook it. It's delicious.
Yeah. And even try to find the most rawest. This goes for every single one of these albums. Try to find the rawest version you can, the most original. Like, if you
Yes.
can find it. Like, you can listen to it on YouTube. That's all cool. But, like,
Sometimes you
you're not
have
going to hear
to.
too much of a difference sometimes, depending on what like you're listening to. But if you can find an original copy sort of thing, that's the best way, man.
Yeah, man.
It's the best way.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, what's next on our album list?
We got number 2, no particular order, fucking alphabetical order. Got Main Source, Breaking Adams.
Breaking Adams,
But
dude.
disclaimer, I've done and I recommend, we just said go get originals. But this is the 2017 remastered version, and you'll see why once we start talking
But that
about
means
the songs.
it's easier to get the original of this one.
Yeah.
Because it's 2017.
Yeah. So you should be able to get this. And the reason this one is because it's got a few 4 or 5 bonus tracks on it, which
It's got 4 bonus tracks, but
are a must.
a few of them were recorded. One of them, Time, that was recorded in 91.
Yeah, yeah.
And Faking the Funk was in 92. So it's not like they're new tracks.
No.
Like excessively new.
No,
or
no, no,
whatever,
no,
you
no.
know,
They're
like,
still in the period.
like two of the 2 remixes, I think, are new remixes that are added on. But
Yeah.
the other 2, they're tracks that were from that time.
Recorded
basically,
then.
Anyway. One was, recorded in 92.
yeah.
But, yeah.
So,
Just do that version of the album. There's no reason you shouldn't be.
So if you don't know who Main Source is, it was a debut group from Canada, and the artist was Large Professor, and DJ Cut and the DJ. He had 2 DJs. DJ Cut.
K Cut and Sir
K
Scratch,
Cut and
which
Sir
I think
Scratch.
I don't know. I think they were twins, but I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah.
Yes, they were, because that was a good little snippet.
It was a good little
twinning.
But
So one was on this, one was on the fader, and one was on the fucking.
yeah. Conjoint, same
It
shit.
was Wild Pitch Records, fucking produced mainly by them, and Pete Rock had a little bit of something
Yeah, had a little
on
something.
it. Peaked at,
Co-produced the track.
peaked at 40. The original has 12, and then like we'll say in the 12 tracks, and then this 2017 remaster version comes with 16.
Yeah, and this is where you get Nas's first appearance, dog, and Akinelli
And Akinelli, man.
on the same track.
So was this both their debut?
Yep. Rap the Cypher.
It's fucking sick.
It's killer, man. It's killer. It's like that, y'all.
Because this is the waving automatic guns at nuns.
Yeah. When I was 12, I went to hell for some Jesus. Yeah.
Would you? Akinelli sounds a little bit
He sounds hell young.
young.
Doesn't he? He
Young.
doesn't got his like real.
Nah,
But can you see he still has at the end of the words? You know when he does like the deep bit?
Freddie,
Yeah,
Freddie.
exactly. Like Akinelli.
Akinelli.
He still does that,
Yeah, he
but it
still
doesn't
does
got the
it.
extreme deepness.
Yeah.
But I love the way he formulates his verses, man. Just because he uses, I don't know what you call it, just so many, like the way he describes his rhymes is always so visual.
Yeah.
Like I can't pull a rhyme from that one exactly, but like just how like in the bomb, you know, far from an air conditioner because I never blow my cool.
Yeah.
Every rhyme is like that, you know.
I rip a rhyme like Gillette's.
Yeah, brain on steroids, keeping the lyrics strong. You know, it's just cardiologist of words because I speak
Oh,
from the
that's
heart.
my fucking. Oh,
Every
bro.
rhyme is
I
like that.
love
And it's
that
like,
line,
shit.
dude.
He says in this one, I can't remember, something get a shovel and dig your own grave.
That's the one, yeah,
'cause your
yeah.
shit's dead, basically. I love those sort of lines. And he
Yeah.
was doing that from the start.
Yeah.
He never copied that from anyone.
No.
It was from his first fucking verse. He's doing that shit. Sick, dude.
Yeah, he's a beast, but Nas does fucking outshine
Dude,
him.
Nas.
Makes him fucking.
Nas-
Like, Akinelli's sick, but
Dude, Nas
fucking
was in a cage and got let out by the fucking
Bro!
main source.
Do you think like it was like he was like looking at Large Pro and shit like? Because I'm pretty sure this is like Main Source's debut, but I'm pretty sure Large Pro had been doing some shit with Finesse and all that.
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
he? Like, and Nas is younger, so like, do you reckon Nas was like, man, I gotta show you these dogs. Like, I gotta prove
I gotta
myself.
come. I gotta bring it, dude.
come with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause it's a crazy Nas
And he
verse,
brings
man.
it. And it obviously hyped him up for his album. Everyone's like, when's this kid's album, dude?
Yeah.
We fucking need it, man.
Isn't there a doco like where they say like it was this live at the barbecue on this album and another performance that Large Pro had set up? It was like a live.
I think
and-
that's when they're
And
performing.
Nas come out and did this verse.
That's
I
when
think.
they're doing live at the barbecue
That's
live.
right,
Yeah, yeah,
live.
yeah,
And people are like, who the fuck's this
Yeah.
kid?
you said
Who's this kid, man?
waving automatic guns at nuns, dude?
And then like that, everyone was looking for him. And
The other song was Back to the Grill Again.
Okay, yep.
I'm not sure if that was before his album. I think it was. The MC Search one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, that might have been like a little bit later, eh?
yeah, but
Not much later.
No, I'm not sure if that was before his album or not. We'll have to look up the fucking thing one time.
I reckon it would be. It sounds like
But it's when
you
Serge
hear
was doing
voice-
it's when he had his own solo album. It's not in
Okay.
the Third Bass album. It's in like
okay.
just a Serge album.
Yeah,
But anyway, the production on this album is monstrous, dude.
right. He's a fucking.
I
It's
reckon he's one of the greatest in the hip hop game. One of the greatest all rounders.
This was Dre before the Chronic, to me. Like, I there's no way in my head Dr. Dre didn't take inspiration from this, man.
Yeah.
It's like the quality of the production, man, and the samples and everything, man. I think like
That'd be a cool question to ask.
that would be a cool question to ask, man, because like everything you read about this album is like and what I like, man, is going back. You know, like I've been dick riding this forever, and then you go, I've never read anything about it, done any research, you know, watched some interviews or whatever, and when you read it and like, you know, it says it's regarded as one of the most influential hip hop albums of all
Yeah.
time. It's like, yeah, I've got good taste, man.
Yeah, I think a good taste. Did I write this article?
But it's like you listen to it and it's like there's no way. What's some standouts for you on there?
It's so funky, man, and the way he flips the samples, dude. It's
Ah.
not just like looping shit again. It's like him and Q-Tip up the levels of that sort of shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we're gonna sample stuff, but we're not just gonna loop everything. You know, I'm gonna literally cut and flip all this so you can barely even tell what it was sampled.
in my personal opinion, I think Pro just edges out Q-Tip with them two. If we put
Yeah.
the last album and this album together, like back to back, and had to, I think that this one just is a bit crisper. It's a bit.
I know what you're saying.
It's just a bit more.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. It's way more fuller. It's a way fuller album.
It's got more scratching on
Yeah.
there, and
just the sound itself,
the
I reckon
sound.
sonically it's like fuller. But I reckon that's
yeah,
just
like you
Q-Tip.
said, sonically, I think it's just a little bit better.
I think that's just because Q-Tip feels experimental. Like,
Yes.
I'm just going to try this out sort of thing. See what,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I'm going to do this the whole album. But I know what you're saying for sure. I think
But this is their first album.
I think Large
Like,
Pro is one of the best all-rounders
He has the best ear.
in hip-hop there is.
I think
Like,
he has
this
the best
dude's-
eardrum.
This dude's production is crazy as fuck. His rhymes are wicked, like his rhyme schemes. His voice is dope, and his flows. Like, he can rock a mic and a beat. He can do his entire album himself. Like, I reckon he's one of the most all-rounded, one of the
He's
best
like a
all-round
finesse,
dudes there
man.
is.
Him and finesse.
Like you said, you can compare him to Dre with the way he produces and that.
Yeah.
But I reckon his rhymes shit on Dre's any day, man. The structure of this guy's rhyme and how easy he flows, man, pops my head.
What I was gonna say, I'll say it at the. I'll wait to say it at the end.
But Faking the Funk,
Faking the Funk, which is a bonus track.
yeah, came out in '92. So I don't know if that's. Well, I'll go to another one, which is Time, which is another bonus track. But that came out in the same year.
Same year.
That's a sick one. But if we're just gonna go from the,
I was just going.
from the album,
I was going in sort of the order they were.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Snake
'Cause
Eyes,
that's the first one on there. I think
Vamos
that-
of Repair,
That's the beat of that Snake Eyes, man.
dude. This
And
is
I
something
reckon
forgot
Blood
to say.
Pro, like he goes hard on that one, man.
And this is, and because like you said, that's the first one. I think, like,
it's like what an opener.
I replay just the start of the track because I think it's one of the greatest intro moments of all time.
Okay,
dude.
yep.
Just like the sound, you know, the sound that plays before the track
Yep.
is so awesome.
Yep.
It's amazing. I reckon it's one of the greatest intros
Yep.
there is. You're
Sick.
just like, oh, this album's starting, bro. It's
Yep.
starting.
Yep. Shut the fuck
Everyone,
up.
gather around.
Gather around.
Children.
Children.
Large Pro's going to tell a story.
We'll turn the wireless up.
Yeah.
Story time with Large Pro.
And this is called Faking the Funk. But and Live at the Barbecue, obviously.
Live at the barbecue. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay, man. This
Vamos
is
a Repair. I thought that was a good one, man.
with
I
this.
don't know if that's how you say it.
Yeah, I'm glad you
It's
said it.
attempt, man.
I've got it on there.
I'll attempt it.
But the just hanging out, fucking, it's got that can someone tell me what the obsession with the sample? I can never find the original song, but it's got bang bang be-dum bang
Okay.
bang. You know the chick.
Yeah.
Now, fuck, man, Pete Rock uses that. That is on so much
Bang bang be dang.
hip hop albums, man, that I've got.
We can.
They
learn
sample
We
that
can
one
find
bit. I can never find The actual real song, though.
Okay.
I get some real Punjabi Indian shit come up. I cannot find, and I'm like, how
What are
can
you
I?
typing in bidang?
Yeah. Yep. Fuck, dude. I'm a white dude from South Australia. What the fuck, man? That's the only lyric I
type
type.
in.
What the fuck, man? So
Wait, do you know more lyrics than
What,
that? You hold back, man?
what do you got,
You
man?
hold back.
Fucking, but I think, like, for such a fucking... They obviously loved it. And the thing is, I remember hearing it as a kid. I remember the original song, and I used to love it as a kid. And it always cracks me up when I hear it, like, in these cool fucking swinging fucking albums, you know? And they put that in there.
Yeah, fuck
It's
yeah.
always, one, I want to know what the obsession is with it. Two, who is the original? What is it? What's the song called, and who the fuck performs it?
We'll find out after this.
Please.
And if anyone ever has some shit like that they just want to know and can't find out, great website for that is called Who Sampled, where you can pretty much just type in any artist or track, and it will tell you what they sampled or who sampled them.
Okay.
And it tells you exactly where in the track
Oh,
the
that's
sample
cool, man.
starts, where it comes from, and where in the track the
Sick.
the
Because I'm a
sample
bit of a fiend
got
for
from.
that.
Yeah,
I like it.
I do that shit. That's how I found out. I forgot to mention on the Tribe album. Wait, no, not the Tribe album. This album is like every track samples from multiple records.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, it's a cool bass line. That'll be our bass line. It's like, I'll get this one sound from this album.
Maybe that's why I say
this sound
it's so
from this
full.
album. Yeah, this sound, and put it all together.
It's just
And like,
loaded
it shows
with
that
goodies,
dude's
man.
ear, man. Picks
just-
all this shit that's in key, and just like, we can chuck all this together, and none of it will, like, nothing sticks out as, that shouldn't be
It's
there,
like
or
a
that,
plain
sorta.
chocolate bar and then
It's
Rocky
fucking
Road.
wild,
It's
man.
just filled with fucking...
Feel shit,
Just
man.
filled. Because
But it's still like not filled to the point of like a Public Enemy, like those tracks, like
no,
like
it's
even
not overwhelming.
even like America's Most Wanted, like that. It's real in your face,
Yeah.
full. But this is
Can
like
be a bit
it's
overwhelming.
still got that bit of space in the track.
Yes.
It's just filled perfectly.
Yep.
It's like he's got that cup, and someone's like, "I want a full glass," but you know when you fill it to the top, it might leak over the top
Yeah,
and shit.
it's
just
not
like,
oversaturated.
This motherfucker fills it up perfect, man. I feel that shit perfect
Every
man.
time.
I could basically run with my water cup.
And the reason why I think this album just edges the last Tribe album is because things like Scratch and Cut. It's not.
Yeah.
There's no lyrics or anything. It's just like an interlude skit. It goes for like a couple of minutes, and it's just fucking production, man, at its height.
It is, and this is the only album Large Pro's in. The only
Yes.
main source album.
Yes.
They tried again later with a different
and,
MC. And,
we won't even talk
Nice
about
try.
it. We won't, that's not coming to Mars.
but yeah, it's got such a unique sound. He's got a crazy sample game, man. How long does it take you to find that shit? So much dedication. You know, these days a kid will pull up his computer and just go to his sound library of the shit that's in there. Oh, that's a drum sound. That's a beam, and I'll just play that. This dude's like, sit down for months.
You know what I think that's a product of?
Collecting samples, sounds. This could probably go with this. This could.
I think, like, because there's enough years between us. So you were born in to the technology, instant access time, right? That's all you've ever known. Pretty much, sort of, you know, you're sort of skeetering on the edge of where that was.
We
just...
still got all that information from books, like when we were kids at primary school and shit.
But you could also...
You still went to the library.
You could still also go to a computer and look up anything you want instantly.
I wouldn't say when I was a kid.
School? Like, you would have...
Teenage years.
Teenage years?
Yeah.
I remember, like, before all of that shit. So I wonder if like, that is a... You know, like, maybe people just had more time and more patience. Like, do you think, like...
I reckon it was just a different game. That was the way
it's a
hip-hop
different
was
game?
made.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You know,
I can accept that. But I also think there is an element of, like, why music is shit now and like, uninspired. And like we were saying in the last one, you got all the tools, you know, all these shit to sample from. It's like, I think people's attention spans and patience is
sure.
very diminished compared to the older school dudes like Large Pro sitting there. He didn't really have whole lot of options.
Well, that's
to
what I was
get his
meaning.
stuff from. You know?
That was the only way to do it.
That's the
if that was
only
the only
way
way
to
to
do
do it
it.
now, that's what kids would be doing.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I think it's because most kids have never even heard of that.
That's what I mean.
Introduced to that.
I think these technological advancements have kind of hurt it
Yeah.
a bit. The creativity side of things,
Yeah.
anyway.
Of the sampling and that
Of the
sort of
sampling
stuff, for sure.
and shit like that.
Most
Even
definitely.
rhyme writing, man.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's like same thing. You like to be a good chef, you got to try lots of meals. You have to try everything out there.
Yeah.
You can't be a good fucking MC or rapper if you haven't heard a variety of MCs and rappers, man.
yeah.
You just can't, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of like whack motherfuckers, straight up whack, that think they're top shit and they can't name you any good MCs. You play a
Nah.
good track, they don't even know what it is. They can't even and you're like, dude, listen to the actual rhyme here, bro.
Yeah.
And it'll pop your fucking
But
head, dude.
the only thing, like, I agree and disagree with that in the fact, like, we're not fighting here. We do this all the time. Aren't we supposed to be doing albums?
We'll get back to it. Fuck. We'll have to skip
But
through
it's
the last
like,
ones.
you know, the thing I don't understand with that is, like, the people who paved the way, right? It's not like they had a plethora of shit to reference. They're creating it as they're creating it. You know what I mean? And they were dope, man, and hell creative and unique and individual.
That's because everyone around them was doing it, though. That's the environment
It's
they
like,
were in.
But, like, was it, though? Like,
I think.
But, I mean, when you're creating, you know, like, there was no mobile phones. There was no internet to talk to each other. Like, fucking large pros over in Canada.
Yeah, but these dudes were all a block away.
You know,
man.
like, how many sick cunts do you know that come from Canada?
These dudes were all like a block away, though.
What do you mean?
From each other. They all hung out outside the record labels. And just every cat on the street, I guarantee you, was trying to get a record deal, man.
Yeah. I can get behind that. But, like,
Freestyles in the street while you're rolling dice and shit.
you know, it's just like, I don't think Large Pro and that was surrounded by infinite. I think they created it, man.
I still think they were surrounded
You know,
by some crazy
they got
dudes,
some good
man.
influence and shit, but I don't think they didn't have the library that a new artist has today.
Oh, of course not. But they
Like,
had
you
the
got
craziness. Like
all-
he
you
had
know,
the
this is before
Rakims that came
Biggie,
before
Pac,
him. He
all
had
that.
the
Yeah,
Big Daddy
yeah.
Kanes.
Yeah.
He had the Chuck
But that was a whole
D's,
different
he had the
style.
fucking Slick Ricks.
They sort of took inspiration from that and made their own
Slick
shit.
Rick's crazy lyrical, man.
Crazy
And
lyrical.
all they do is just build upon it.
You know, he sort of didn't get the love he should have got because he was from the UK
Slicky boy.
originally. Slick Rick. He
I
moved
always
to
heard
the-
it in his voice.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
fucking Vermouth. He got.
Nice. I don't know where we're up to.
He got
Quick,
so
recover.
much soul. Up in that one, man. There's that he got so much soul. The fucking. It reminds me of that Dars Effects one. Biggest tease, biggest tease.
Yeah.
Because I really wish the beat didn't switch on that one. It's not that it switches into something whack. It's just I really like it.
Yeah.
And
Before
keeps
it switches, yeah.
Before it switches, and you get little snippets through the whole thing. Fucking peace is not the word to play. That's another cool film clip. That's actually the first main source song I ever heard.
Did you like the original or the remix better?
I like the original.
Yeah. I reckon the remix is pretty good though, man.
It's pretty good,
I reckon it's pretty killer.
but I think because like that was the first song I ever heard from main source. I think
Okay.
that's got a bit of nostalgia for
Yeah.
me. Like I just like. You know how I don't like too many remixes?
Yeah.
You know, I'm one of them dudes. Like, even though the remixes are good and shit like that, I'm always like, you're more of a doo-wopper than me. And like
Yeah.
a Tony Touch and stuff like that. I like it, but
I wouldn't say they're remixes per
no,
se. but
all different take on it. You know, like same beat, you know, like changing it around a little bit. I just like the originals of
Yeah.
most things, man. That's just my personal
yeah, I
thing.
just thought the beat was fucking gnarly on
Beat's
the original,
cool,
man.
beat's cool. I sort of like the original
remix,
beat.
sorry.
I like the original beat better. That's fight.
Hey, let's fucking knock the shit out, man.
And just another sick one is that watch Roger do his thing,
Yes,
man.
dude, the beat, bro.
Bro, dude.
When those second drums come in too, man.
You know what that is? You know my favorite instrument on this album for me is, man, it's that fucking keyboard, bro.
Yeah.
I love because I really like. I'm an old dude, so I like the Doors as
I
well.
can't remember if there was a dude in there playing keys.
It has to be.
I think there
There's
was.
no way that's not. That is a human pressing fucking playing a keyboard, man. 100%.
Well, even when they sample it, I guess it's from a
Yeah,
dude playing keyboard.
yeah, but then that's filtered and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like this is a dude plugged his thing
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
fucking started hitting some keys, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I think it's I think keyboard is a really underutilized thing, man.
Until we get to Dre.
Till
Then
we get
it's-
to Dre.
Then it's super utilized.
Then it's super, but that's synthy, you know. I don't really like that kind of keyboard. I like jazzy keyboard.
yeah,
You know, that's what I would
Yeah.
regard this as. I would-
Piano.
yeah, piano, like Doors, like the Doors.
yeah.
Fucking, that's my favorite keyboard, man. Yeah, I can't believe Faking the Funk is a bonus track.
But that's
on
what's
there.
cool about synths is you can make them sound however the fuck you want.
Yeah.
It's so dope in that sense. It's such like it's a whole topic in itself.
Yeah.
It's just so gnarly to get
That's
into.
why I'm more of an East Coast dude.
So
think,
overwhelming that shit.
Because I'm not. I like it, but it's not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But any fucking comments, man? I can't. The one thing is, I can't believe Faking the Funk is a bonus track.
Yeah.
That fucking blows my.
I can't remember what it came out
annoys me.
for. I can't remember if they just released it the next year, if it was came out for like a movie or something. I can't remember, but
Okay, that makes sense.
I can't remember it all. So
Yep.
that's just a random thing. That's probably not true. Let's just take that.
You get a lot of that. dude.
Sick, man. And these dudes, man, Large Pro and Cut K taught or K Cut, sorry, taught Premiere how to use the SP1200, dude, the EMU, which means I guess he was originally on MPCs or something like that, man. Rocking it.
That's
and
a
switched
that's
it up.
a brain blower.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Because everyone, like, you know, how many times, like you said, when you're asking someone new, like, who's your favorite hip hop producer? It'd be Dre, Primo. I don't know. I don't really hear Large Pro mentioned a lot from people I know.
Yeah.
But, like, he was the one he taught.
I don't know many people who like just know of
Yeah, nah.
like well many people don't even know production, I guess, in that sense. They
No,
don't know
no,
who
that's-
made a track
That's
and all that.
fair. I've always...
That's me and you type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. The nerds of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck, man. You know, like, he's so crazy with it. And Large Professor has produced so many songs for so many artists, man. Nas being one of them.
Yeah.
For so
Oh,
many people.
insane amounts,
Akinelli,
man.
fuck, heaps of people.
Literally insane.
Him
amounts.
and Pete Rock are like, you know, that only the real heads know how important them two fucking people really are, man.
Doper Din Pete Rock remix.
Because they're two dudes you don't fuck with.
His drum patterns, like the way, dude, I could watch him just hit
Yeah.
a drum pad
Yeah, man.
for a week straight.
His
And be like, can we just go for 5 more minutes?
a good insight into the dude's brain is I don't know if you've ever seen a thing on YouTube called Rhythm Roulette,
Yeah.
and they go into a shop and they have to pick 3 or 4 random records. I think they're blindfolded, and just watch the Large Professor one, man. That'll give you a bit of insight into like what the dude like with random ass records he hasn't heard.
Yeah,
You
fuck
know?
yeah. And while we're shouting them out, check out the Ninth Wonder too. The Ninth Wonder one is fucking pretty good.
Yeah,
Those two are pretty fucking
there's a few
sick.
sick
But
ones.
should we jump on to the next album?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, fucking, one of this is go do it, man. Go do
it.
Go do the two. Even if you can't get the fucking original, like we're dick riding, get the one that we're talking about, the 2017 remaster.
That's the one that
version.
like the main source YouTube page uploads anyway.
Yep, and you know, because this is regarded as one of the most influential hip hop albums of all time, not just its time, of all time.
Especially
man.
like for the production, the way they use the samples and that sort of shit. Everyone's like, "Fuck, we got to be doing this."
And one thing about
everyone was like, "We got to up our game."
One thing about Large Pros I want to say, man, like me and you, like we love fucking rhyme schemes and all that shit and complicated Sean Price type shit and the next dude's type shit that we're jumping onto in a minute. But I would say Large Pro is the king of simple.
Yeah.
King of simple, man. He doesn't have super complicated verses, but they're so impactful. They're so punchy, powerful. the delivery on the dude is
Yeah,
fucking insane, man. He has crazy delivery, man. If you wrote down what he was saying, it's quite simple, man. When you learn the lyrics, it's quite simple. But it's the way he does it, man. I think he's one of the kings of simple.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good lesson to anyone out there. You don't have to be super complicated all the time, man, to be regarded.
You just have to be on point.
You just gotta be on point, man.
It's always on point too, man.
It's just that
His
delivery,
timing,
man.
I reckon he's got one of the best, you know?
Timing and delivery, man.
One of the greatest hip hop all rounders of all time,
Yeah.
man. No doubt. He can do everything that is required in the hip hop game, man. That guy's got it
100%.
Got covered, man.
Next one, no particular
got it.
order. Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order would be the very first album. Well, yeah, not quite. Actually, that's a fun fact. The first studio sort of album by Naughty by Nature, which is just called Naughty by Nature.
Self-titled.
91. Self-titled, you know.
Self-titled.
You know, man. It's went platinum, you know.
Not that we really give a fuck about
But
that.
that's Treacherous MC,
Vin Rock,
Vin Rock, and DJ KG.
KG, Tommy Boy label,
Yeah.
produced by them. Mostly, it peaked at 16 and it was 13 tracker.
Yeah. And just a quick thing, did you know that they had an album before this?
No.
They had an album before this,
What?
before they were called Naughty by Nature.
Have we got this?
We don't got this. This is before, I only just found this out, man. This is before they were called Naughty by
Give me the whole
Nature.
time back. I'm
No.
not buying that shit.
Went for at least 3.5 years since they came here. I asked, Tretch told me when he came.
We
Hey,
had-
man, you know that? I'll
We
tell
did
you
the
a story.
meet and greet.
Yeah, but they were a group called The New Style. Was the name of their group. New Style.
Okay.
And they had an album before this, and I think I wrote it down here. Probably somewhere. But I can't remember what it was called, but you can go check it out. I think it had like one sort of hit from it.
Have you heard any?
No, I didn't really look it up because I was like, I don't want to conflate my opinion with that shit for this right now.
Okay.
But I'm going to check it out after this and see what it's
Alright.
like. But then they switched up after that.
Okay. And what year was that?
89, I think.
Okay. That'd be so.
It was
I
89
wanna
or
hear what
90.
Tretch sounds like.
Yeah,
Was Tretch a part of the native tongues at all?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think all these dudes were.
Yeah.
I think all these dudes were. Vin Rock's not very prominent on this album, is he?
Well, I mean,
Not at all. But he even Vin Rock says that in like the track that he comes in on properly, and like everyone's like, I think Tretch says he's like everyone's saying Vin Rock's not doing enough, and then he's like, so fucking here he is basically, and then he comes out, but he busts some cool verses, man, in that
Okay.
he shows that he's got.
and
it,
like we were
sorta.
saying before, man, me and him have had the pleasure of actually seeing Naughty by Nature live. So and we always used to sort of like, what the fuck's the point of Vin Rock, right? And but when you see him live, remember how impressed we were?
He's a hype man and a half.
He's a sick hype man. He keeps the show going, man.
You want to get hype?
He's a fucking amazing hype man.
Hell yeah. And they pretty much produced this whole album themselves.
Yeah.
Good old
I
KG,
fucking
good
love
beat
that
maker.
shit, man.
That's always wild to me. How is everyone so good at producing just from the get-go?
But you notice that's always seems to be our favourite ones too.
Yeah.
Ones they've produced. Soon as the industry sort of gets involved, it sort of starts.
Yeah.
I like songs on that album. I
Yeah.
don't love it like the one they
I don't,
produced.
yeah, and I'm sure that could be the case for most albums that like after this point.
Yes.
But I'm sure there's a few dudes where like I don't know how much input Nas got from other dudes.
yeah.
I just don't know if he was like just pick the best beats sort
Yeah.
of thing, you know? Like and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
If like the first album's just crazy because he had all those other heads making beats.
See,
for
like
him.
we were arguing before, not arguing, just debating. You know, who
Like,
was
apparently Large Pro was telling him like gave him a lot of influence on the album. Like use this beat, use this.
Yeah, see,
beat,
I
do
think
this
by the
here.
time Illmatic come out, you know, that's when people were undeniably surrounded by so much shit they could, you know, like you got your Pete Rocks and your fucking Large Pros and your Finesses that were well established by the time Nas is making his fucking first album.
Yeah.
So he's got all these fucking people to pull from, you know. That's why you get an album like fucking Illmatic, man.
Well,
which
yeah,
is-
well, I guess
which we're
like
not
lyrics
reviewing.
increase each year. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
definitely got to mention that.
What's your let's see, dude, I couldn't. Yeah, I've got a few on here, not too many,
What
but
tracks?
yeah, what's
You hit them up. You see, give me one.
well, when I was listening to it, I didn't listen to it in order, man. So this isn't in order. I'm just gonna, but straight off the top of the head, Yoke the Joker.
Woo! Yeah, boy.
I mean, have you heard that, bro? Have you heard Yoke the Joker?
Yoke the Joker.
Because if you haven't heard Yoke the Joker, man,
Yeah, because I got a fact I wrote down about Yoke the Joker,
Okay.
and just because I've
What
always
you got?
wanted to know.
What you got?
You know, and if you've heard Yoke the Joker, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you go listen to Yoke the Joker, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know the S rhymes?
Oh, silly slapping suckers.
Yeah.
Sorry, saps and slouches.
Right. Okay, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna count this out. It took me a little bit, but I counted it out. And from my count, I don't know if this is 100% precise.
That's 100.
It's 100.
That's what we
This
do
is
on this channel.
100% accurate.
Fact. This is gonna Wiki will update
is-
after this.
This is where knowledge gets dropped. Over 9 lines, the dude says 40 S words that rhyme. 40, bro. Over 9 lines, dude.
You sat there and counted.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just do them all. Then
Is
right,
that
any
every-
more S words, bro.
I was just about to say.
Chuck me some S words.
Is there any more fucking S words than 40?
Crazy, man. Crazy. And there's even like an extra word or two in there that doesn't start with an S, but has S's in it, but I didn't count them.
Now that I'm listening in
didn't
my
count 'em.
head, I'm like, wow,
Like
yeah, it
words
does
like-
go on for a while.
Like words like mass is like part of the S sibilance that's going on, but
Okay.
it doesn't start with S, so I didn't even count it. We just
Yep.
got 40 just words that start with S. Not like,
Woo.
shit, man. Because that's more rhymes
Yeah,
than...
I was just about
That's
to
more
say.
rhymes than will be in most songs these days. And that's just...
That's in more than 6ix9ine's discography.
Yeah, and that's just S's.
Just S's.
But, man, I don't know how his sibilance is, but they would have had to use a de-esser on that to get rid of all those...
Okay.
But Tretch's voice,
You
man.
wouldn't want to whistle, would you?
Yeah.
You know, some people got that whistle on the S.
Susan.
Silly slapping suckers.
Hey, mic on this one? Tretch's voice, though, man, is so the same off a track to when on the track, like spitting. He's a dude that would be, like I said, with the last
like his
fella.
regular talking voice.
Or just spitting, you know?
Yep.
Like, no one... You know how you get some dudes when you hear him live, you're like, that didn't sound like
Yes,
he
yes,
sounds
yes,
on a
yes.
track
Yep.
at all.
Yep.
Like, no offense, 50 Cent. But just dudes like that, per
Yep.
se, that don't sound the same.
Yeah.
This guy is like cut to tape, man. You just take his vocals, okay, just put it on the record, and that's it. Like the way, like the dynamics of his voice just pierce your ear. His flows, man. You don't even need to like. There's so many songs where I'm still trying to learn his words, you know, like.
Yes.
And yet, I'm basically singing along because it's so catchy.
Yeah.
I don't even know the words.
Yeah.
I'm filling it with just syllables and like
With
sounds.
white boy South
Yeah.
Australian
Yeah.
terminology. I've been doing the same shit, dog.
But it's still so catchy. I'm like, dude, how do you make, even before you rhyme, just the first line's the most catchiest line you've ever heard somehow.
One thing about Yoke the Joker too, fun little factoid is all you new heads out there, all you you know, we like Eminem, man, or his first few albums anyway. But you know, he's the king of rap and all this. You know, I've spoke to so many young people before. But Yoke the Joker, this Yoke the Joker track made him stop writing rhymes for the entire summer. Popped his head. He thought, what's the point? For a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
He
Why
heard
do it?
Tretch's Yoke the Joker. Just listen to that. And he was in the process of writing his rhymes. Naughty by Nature dropped this album. He listens to Yoke the Joker track, and his head it fucking
And
explodes.
he gives up. He quits rap.
He quits
for a few
rap
months.
for a few months. Dude, you know, and that's your king of rap.
It's a king, man.
You know, so,
Kings have idols too, you know?
man.
Dude's crazy, man.
Wickedest Man Alive's another one. Had Queen Latifah on there.
Yeah, yeah.
That saxophone, bro.
Again, they got a real legendary sax player to come in and play that shit, mate.
Naughty by
Real
Nature
dude.
have wicked sax
Yeah,
throughout
and that
their
I did get
catalogue,
that
man.
guy's name. That's Andy Schnitzner.
Woo!
And
Schnitzer, you the
Snitzer, you the
fuck,
bomb
man. You
motherfucker.
fucking
And that
come
guy's a legit.
serenade a woman for me,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
That dude's like legit musician, like done shit with just like so many fucking people in the world. It's crazy. He's just one of the best sort of fucking.
it
sax
makes my
dudes out.
dick leak.
It's
Like,
insane.
my dick starts to have pre-cum,
Oh shit.
it gets a bit dribbly, man. I fucking love it.
It's so good, man. And I just love how the vibe of the album changes up so much. You know how it goes from that happy sound, but
Yeah.
then you go to like guard your grill, let
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hose know, but then you can go back
Uptown
to
Anthem.
yeah, dude. And it's just like they're like, let's just go from here to here to here to here. We'll show 'em we can rock
And
motherfuckers.
Vinny, you just over them.
Yeah, and then just Vinny's be like, no, whatever, man. Like, Count it, man.
Look. You gonna earn the cash when we go on tour, dog.
I give you a percentage.
I'd love to know the percentage.
Ah, yeah, Tribe called. Naughty by Tretch.
OPP, that ended off going #1 the next year.
And it's just got, obviously, the samples, unmistakable.
Yeah,
You know?
I almost didn't want to say it because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's almost mainstream to me.
But
That's how
dude,
underground we
The
are.
fucking... underground we are, dog. We're so underground, there's no fucking light down here, dog. We're in a sewer. Hey, yeah, you, Das?
Every day, all day, that sax again.
Dude, yeah, same guy. Same dude.
Guard your grill, fucking Tretch.
Dude, guard your grill and let the hose go, man. I think his delivery and let the hose go is next level, bro. I reckon
Yes,
it's
yep.
absolute just
Yep,
neck. I reckon it's his best delivery on the album. Like, Yoke the Joker's crazy,
yep.
but the amount of fire he's got coming off his chest and let the hose go, dude, is just...
Yes.
ah,
More aggression
it's
in
next
it,
level,
yeah.
dude. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
He laid that track, bro.
He's a
Like,
beast.
just slayed it from start to finish, bro.
Start to finish.
Start
man.
to finish, man.
Another one of my absolute personal favourites on the album is Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
Yes, that's what I was going to say too. That's on mine.
There's a cool little lyric in there too for all you young heads out there that don't know. These albums that we're on at the minute, because we're in 91, this is when cursing, swearing was a no-no, right? It was
Especially in your demos.
in your
you know.
demos. Like I've got studio albums, Does Effects, where
That's a
they're
very good one.
where they're censored. The swearing, they still say it, but they just beep it out, so
so-
it doesn't fuck their flow up, I guess.
Yeah.
And they beep it, so you couldn't just come on the album and go, motherfucking slut, hoe, dog.
So if you didn't already have like the props or the ability to have your own record label or be on a record label that's your mates basically, and you can do whatever you want. Yeah, you don't get the ability to curse and shit. They're like, no, you don't do that on this record label. You're basically lucky to get signed.
Because in Pin the Tail of the Donkey, he's got a line in there where he says, my demo, I love it, he goes, my demo was all flow when cursing was a no-no, you know, though?
You know, don't.
And I like, oh, I love that, man.
And
Fucking-
this is it wouldn't be the first one, but it's the first one that sticks out to me as being one of the best that other people would try to copy. When he spells out his rhyme,
oh, yes,
that's super cool.
Yeah. I've always liked it. Some people, I've talked to people that don't like that.
No.
And I hate it when someone spells. It's like,
If it's
look,
done right, it's killer.
like, is that because you can't spell?
Yeah.
Or?
Like even the scenario track when Dinko D does his, it took me ages to work it out. When you say take the D at the start, the O at the end, add the INC in the middle, and it's Dinko.
Oh,
like,
okay,
D,
yep,
and it's
yep,
like,
yep.
sick, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, and he just cool, man.
Yep.
Cool, dude.
Cool, bro.
Fucking
That's
cool,
how you
man.
want to say name?
But I remember when I first, that's how you want to say your name, man? What you going to do? The thing I was going to say about Tribe is like, Ali Shahi Muhammad. Pick a rap name, please.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Come on.
It's fucking time. But, but Pin the Tail on the Donkey, dude.
Yeah.
The MC of the MC to look at in the 90s. I think that's what he spells out.
That's yes.
It's pretty crazy.
Yes.
That's a long thing to spell
And
out.
even Vin Rock's got some cool little bits in that one too.
Yeah.
In Pin the Tail on
The only
Donkey.
records they got are the records
Like-
of Crew Boy.
Yeah. That's the line.
That's the line, man. That's what I'm thinking of, dude.
1, 2, 3, 1 to the 2, motherfucking 3.
That was the only one that wasn't produced by them.
Okay.
That was produced by Louis Vega.
Okay, yeah, I've got that dude down. I didn't really want
Yeah.
to. Yep.
And he produced another song on another album.
Yes.
That's on our list.
Yes.
Shit, that's so facts, man.
Hey.
Fuck, man. We look this shit up together, basically.
You going to my site, dog?
Just get
And
my link, man.
Uptown Anthem. That's the last one I got on there. I didn't want to put the whole album.
Yep. And Uptown Anthem wasn't originally on the fucking album too. It was recorded. This is. If anyone's got any deep information on this one, you can give it to me. Hey, man, what are we playing down there, man? Fuck. It was recorded for the movie Juice.
Okay.
which came out in 92.
Yep, Tupac's movie.
Which 92 movie, but I have a feeling it was recorded in 91 because I did find one copy. I don't know if it was just listed incorrectly, but I found it on a pretty trusted website that lists the info pretty well. I've bought shit from this website, and it listed. I did find one Canadian copy of the album that was released in 91 that has that track on it.
Okay.
But then all the other information I found said that track was put onto the album in 92 when they're like, okay, now when we release it, we'll put the track on.
Okay.
But I found one version from 91 that had it, so I don't know if they were just like, it was labelled wrong, like on the internet, per se.
Might have been that Thailand bootleg.
It might have been, man. Did you get this, man?
Oh,
Is
you're
there no cover? Is there
any side notes?
Nah, man, the production is so crisp on this one, man.
Yep.
It's super crisp.
Yep.
There's no rough edges. Everything's been smoothed off.
Nah,
perfectly
nah,
to sound
it's,
good, man, you know, like-
it's a real studio album.
yeah,
isn't it?
it's well
real-
produced, man.
Very well produced.
Well done, KG.
That's correct. This is the third album on the list, and it's another one that's just the production, man.
Every album, I think everyone stepped up their production on this one.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
There's not one shit produced album on this out of this
Fair.
5.
I think you'll be hard pressed to find a shit produced album on any of our lists.
so. This
but-
this is their debut album as Naughty by Nature. Apart from that little thing you said before, what was the name?
They were called The New Style.
The New Style. All right, so go check that out, man. Leave a comment if you know what this if you know what he's talking about. Like you said, it went
Yeah,
platinum.
the album was called Independent Leaders. That's as New Style. That was the 89. one.
Okay. It went platinum in 92. Yeah, just that's about all I got to say about
Yeah.
it, man.
They were supposedly mentored by Queen Latifah, supposedly.
Okay.
The whole flavor unit, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, she was just sucking.
I don't know
it.
how much all that, is,
She was
you know,
just-
like, it's just words people say, really, I guess.
She give mad hummers.
Bit of and go. And, well, it featured Apache, Lakim, Shabazz. I'm not going to pretend to know who those dudes were.
Apache. I'm pretty sure that's Tupac uses him too.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And Aphrodite did some singing.
Which makes sense to me too, because Tupac and Tretch were pretty fucking tight.
And Tretch has got some wicked quotable lines too, man.
Oh my god.
You know? Yeah, pants always sad because I wrap my ass off.
He's
That's just some cool shit.
he's I would say on this whole he's the most complicated rhymer on this list.
Yeah. And the Moth.
The most.
I thought that I said, did I say that? I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
If anyone brings it up, I definitely did.
Yeah, you did.
Hey man, like he's the most unorthodox.
Flood the blood on the mattress.
Flood the blood on the mattress? He's the most unorthodox in the sense of it's not just like he's not just adding a rhyme at the punch at the end of each one. It's not just like
Nah, super.
You know how, like, dudes like,
rhyme scheme.
I think Rakim would say he'd put like 16 dots on a piece of paper and he'd be like, that's my 16 bars. I have to fill up my 16 dots basically. First one, second one. That's how he'd formulate the rhymes or whatever. And so you get like that on-beat sort of flow and everything's real structured. When his is just, he's not thinking, it doesn't seem like he's thinking about the structure. He's thinking about just what he's going to say. And he just fits it however. He's like, well, I want to say this. I'll make that fit, and it'll just go for a bit longer, and my next one will rhyme. It's all about what he's saying rather than like the structure of the flow, if that makes sense. The flows are always like different
Yes,
to do with whatever he's saying or how he's saying it.
I think he'd be one of the hardest MCs to bite.
Yes, dude. Yes. Hell yeah. Hells yeah.
If you were like trying to go back,
You couldn't do
because
it.
you know how we've talked in time, like if you could get a time portal,
Yeah.
you know, and you could keep all these songs in, you could go back
Yeah.
time, you could drop these
If
songs.
everyone forgot about this rapper except you,
Yeah,
what do I do with this?
yeah. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
could reproduce some Tretch fucking.
Yeah, we'd be left in the gutter.
It would be hard, man.
Yeah. Wait, there's another Tretch?
It'd be very. That's it.
That's what I heard, yep.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yep. 3 steps from a pit bull.
Sick dog. What's next, man? What's next? What's next?
Next one, dog. What you got, man? Was it me or was it you?
Was it me or was it
I think it was me. Yeah, you did it.
I'll
This
do it, I don't mind.
number 4 on the list, no particular
Just
order.
because of, like, the alphabet.
Just because
We
the
didn't
alphabet
arrange that
and
shit, man.
man. Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth, dude, and a damn thing
Ain't
changed.
a damn thing changed.
Ain't a damn thing changed.
If you don't know, that's Greg Nice, Smooth B, and DJ Teddy
DJ
Ted.
Teddy Ted.
Teddy Ted.
Oh, Teddy Ted. 12
Columbia
tracker, man.
Records,
12 tracker.
produced by them mainly, and that Louis Vega again.
Yeah, I
Vega?
think he did one track.
Did
So
a
he's the
track?
same guy who did the track as we previously said 5 minutes ago.
Only
the Naughty
hit
by Nature.
141.
Yeah, I think it's just well, I don't really know, but they're not a big name. You'd be I think it's hard to find someone who's heard of Nice and Smooth these days, you know.
Yeah, these days, but like, you know, they were like I know Greg Nice, man. He gets a lot of love from the old heads, man.
Yeah.
Like he was even on the last Arsenio. I think he was the first dude to come out. You know, in the Arsenio Hall
yeah,
the
yeah, was he?
Legends.
Yeah.
He
All right.
was. I'm pretty sure he's one of the first ones to come out, man.
Okay, after I think it starts off with like Yo-Yo. and
Starts
MC
off with
Light, I think, and
Yo-Yo,
then,
that's right, and then he's the first dude. He's in like Hawaiian
Okay.
green. That's him, man.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I love what CL Smooth's wearing, and that always cracks me up,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Always cracks.
Yeah.
Everyone's going hell gangster.
Yeah.
He looks like he's straight off Sesame Street,
Yeah.
man. It's fucking sick as
Yeah.
fuck. He doesn't give a fuck.
It was a 12 tracker. Man, I fucking love this album, man.
Dude, there's some insane beats sprinkled amongst this album, isn't there?
For me, like I could write down the whole album. Personally, for me, it's only track 2. The only track.
That's the not awesome one.
The only I just don't
But
like
dude, did you get to where the rhyming was
it. In the
after
second
the
track?
singing?
Yeah.
The rhymes are actually pretty
The
good
rhymes
with the
are
beat,
good.
man.
The rhymes are good.
It's just there's a lot of singing.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not for me.
yeah, I know what
Like,
you're saying. There's way too much singing.
just because of what else is on the album. That's why I can just so easily write track 2 off. Because there's just so much goodness on there.
Dude, how
that
to
I'm
flow.
like, push that one over there.
How to flow,
I'll
man.
have all these ones.
How to flow.
Oh, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
The beat on that one. I fucking love this album, man.
It's cool, eh?
Like for me, this 100%, you know, admit it, man. This is something I'd slept on. This is, you know,
too.
like I've got a. If it wasn't for this project, man, I don't know if I ever would have really sat down and listened to this start to finish.
Yeah, I know
ever
what you're
again.
saying. I hadn't heard too many nice and obviously I'd heard
Sometimes I rhyme slow.
yeah,
Yep.
heard that one. But the only place I'd ever heard them was on Tony Touch mixtapes.
Okay,
and
yep,
I was
yep.
like, oh, well, I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
But it's like a 96 mixtape, 95, and Smooth B is a lot deeper.
Yes.
He sounds his voice gets better, I reckon.
Yeah.
But and I was like, this guy sounds pretty cool.
Because remember
Who's
that
this dude?
DVD I had KRS on the front. I think it's like 90.
Time Capsule?
Yeah, they're on that a fair bit.
Yep.
And that's where I first fucking seen them, like learnt of them. And but I never really had any albums. I've never, you know, this is the first album I've had of them, and fucking, bro, I'm like glad I'm doing
Yeah.
this project just to find things like this again, man.
They
you
got
know,
a
you can't know everything.
There's no way.
You
That's
know
why
what I
we're
mean?
doing this.
And I'm stuck in that time period too, from 90 to 2002, I would say. So it's just so saturated, you know. So it's really easy to sleep on people,
There's
man.
so many dudes.
It's not like like none of these cunts would get slept on in this time because they would fucking. They're by themselves.
Yeah.
They would stand. But when you come from that time and you're saturated by it, especially like, you know, it's like, man, it's easy to sleep on people.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy
Hardcore,
to
dude.
overlook things.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
the level's so high.
And especially when like you're just stuck on other shit that's so crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what we get stuck in ruts, man.
We get stuck.
when you're on a tash, you don't want to
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
a Q-tip. You know, when you're on a Q-tip,
yeah.
you might not be feeling Onyx.
That's it. That's it.
You know, it's all vibe, what you're vibing at the time and what mood you're in.
Tash put out a video the other day. I'll tell you after. We'll finish this and shit.
So what's some standouts for you on this one?
it was How to Flow,
Yep.
Hip Hop Junkies.
Oh, that's my favorite one on the album.
Yeah.
And that's also got that's where Gemini the Gifted one got his ladies let your body flow.
That was, yeah.
Because that's 100% where he got the cut
Yeah,
from
yeah.
for that.
There's another cut. I can't remember what track it was from, but it's that Scans, You Got 'Em, I Wanna Get With 'Em.
yeah,
That
yep,
one.
yep.
Can't remember what track that's from. But Paranoia, I like that track too.
Paranoia. Yeah,
That's
just
the
a
one
good
that was produced by Louis Vega, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty
That
sure.
was a good. I really like that one.
And
I like the beat on
Pump
that.
It Up.
Pump it up. Okay.
Pump It
Oh,
Up.
yep. What I've got here is that seems to me that that's been used quite a bit. That the sample,
Okay.
the beat,
Yeah.
the hook or whatever of it, the beat. I'm
Yeah.
talking about. That seems to pop up a lot later on
Yeah.
for
yes.
me
Yeah.
from lots of different artists. Can't name them. That's how many there. It is.
Yeah.
But
Check
I'm
them out.
telling
Man.
you,
Check them out.
plethora.
Plethora.
This was their second album, and they just really complement each other. There's a duo
That's what I was
that
gonna say, man.
really,
They're a real yin and yang. I
real
reckon,
yin
you know?
and yang, man.
You feel like most tracks start off with like Greg Nice.
Yes,
Because
yeah,
he's just got a good intro voice to start. You're like, okay, the track started with that dude. You know, you really kick off a track, and like Smooth B brings them home. You know.
yeah. It's like the opposite of how like in earlier Daz Effects albums, Books and Crazy, they can blend into each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're just a casual
well,
listener.
the first time listening to it, you probably don't even know
you don't
it's
even
two
know.
dudes. Yeah.
You watch the film clips, and
you
it's
probably
like, which
like-
one's who?
He just put himself in there twice.
But this here is like they're totally
Yeah.
like you
And
said,
it complements
yin and
each
yang.
other, like you said. Yeah, it's just total yin and yang. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's total yin and yang. Greg Nice, like, I love how, like, at the end of his, like, lines, he, like, throws his last word.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, he carries it
like,
on.
"Eh,
Yeah.
And he puts, like, the backing vocal
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
on the
yeah,
track.
yeah.
It's his own style, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Everyone was so original in the 90s, man. You had to do your own shit.
And these dudes are old school dudes. These dudes have been doing shit in like the 80s, man.
Yeah.
So, these were like older heads in 91.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't comer-uppers. They'd been around and
Comer-uppers
Yeah.
at all, bro.
and,
They done came up.
they done came up, man.
They done came up, man.
I think I said that. So,
Yeah, man. It's
so
pretty...
moving on, no particular order. Last one.
Yeah, we moving on, man.
Moving on, man. We're trying to get them not
Yeah,
so
we'll
long.
try bust them out,
We
dude.
crapped on a
But
bit,
go
some
check
other
out the
bits.
album, man.
Go check it out, brother.
Go check this shit out, man.
We'll have the graphic on the screen and shit anyway. So
Yeah,
you
and
know
we
what to
mentioned
look
it.
for.
You can just go look it up. What's
You
the
can
next
look
one, though, dude?
What is it?
It's N.W.A, brother.
Ah,
It's N.W.A. You know what album came out in 91?
what was it called, dog?
I put the motherfucker writing on the screen, man. It's fucking E-Phil for zagging, dog. Go to Sanity and fucking ask him for that album.
It's Brothers for Life backwards.
Yeah, dog.
Ruthless Records. Produced by the artist is fucking Easy, Dre, Ren, and Yella.
Did we do that for the last one?
That might
yeah,
help.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first album without Ice Cube.
No
of
Ice
course.
Cube, and their last official studio album too.
Produced by Dre and Yella and Easy E. It peaked at number 1. It hit a 1.
And I
That
just
one
quickly,
spot.
I put a large question mark over that Easy E on the production.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say Dre assisted by Yella.
And Easy funded.
Yeah, heavily
he brought
funded.
in that Coke money.
He bought lunch for motherfuckers.
He brought that
man.
Coke money in. Yeah, man, I'm like, it's an 18 tracker, but then it was released later on with 100 Miles and Running and a few others. So I think it blows out to like,
I didn't add them on there at all. I didn't know it came out with the other one.
yeah, it came out like, I can't remember how many years later. I think it was only the next year or maybe 93. It came out, it was re-released.
Okay,
with,
because
like,
I didn't add them on here.
with the previous album's tracks on
Which was
there.
only 5. That was like a little EP.
So it come out with them on there.
Because at the end of that,
Not all of them, but 100 Miles and Running and 2 others.
at the end of that, I think there was one track that was on there originally that is on the album before those get added on.
Okay.
So just within the 18, I think there's one track from 100 Miles and Running that's
Okay.
on the album. But at the end of 100 Miles and Running, Dre's like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but I stay tuned for the motherfucking album.
Yes.
He's like,
yes.
shit's coming.
Yes.
And that's where you get this motherfucking shit. But like you said, this is no Ice Cube in there, and I reckon you can sort of tell by the tracks.
Yeah.
It's they seem way different, you know. Like they're just like, let's just do some gangster shit.
Yeah, to me.
Ice Cube had the heart of it to me almost.
Okay, that's interesting because to me, I don't miss Ice Cube on this
Yeah.
at all.
I just reckon the tracks are way different.
Yep. Yeah, they seem like they've
That's
evolved
not a bad
bit
thing. It's just way different.
harder.
Like, I think Ice Cube was steering the fucking ship originally of what the tracks are going to be about, what we're doing
the
basically.
subject matter,
And then
shit.
after that, they were like, let's just do that same thing. We'll keep steering. They didn't have the compass maybe or whatever. But like where they ended up is still awesome, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Well, I'm a
It's
huge.
just how different I find. To
I'm
the
a
other one.
huge
Way
Ice
different.
Cube fan, and personally for me, the interesting thing for me is that I don't miss Ice Cube on it. For some, I don't know. I don't know why.
They all come way harder on this album, eh?
Man,
They've upped the game.
yes. I think that's maybe why I don't miss Ice Cube on
Yeah.
it
But I've
because
heard
he was that part of it.
I
leading
heard
up to it.
Yella saying no, not Yella, sorry. I think it was Ren. He's like, we came harder because basically
No Cube.
just to prove to motherfuckers. Apparently
Okay.
everyone was talking shit.
All right.
Ice Cube's come out with his own album now.
Yeah.
And like they're living in like white neighborhoods.
Well, he had two.
Yeah.
He brought out two.
Yeah, and they're living in like white neighborhoods and shit. And they were everyone's just making fun of it. They're like, let's double down on this shit and make some murder tracks. Find them, fuck them, and flee. And like, it's just some real gritty, misogynistic fucking
that's
shit, man, you know?
Awesome.
Just some wicked.
I don't even say misogynistic. I just
man,
say old dude shit.
When we
man.
were when you rattled off the dudes in the group and on the album, DOC has to get an honorable mention because, like, the amount of rhymes
He's a ghostwriter.
the amount of rhymes he wrote on this album, he wrote every rhyme that's not Ren's.
Yeah, he's a.
Ren wrote his own shit,
Yeah,
but
that's why I love Ren.
DOC wrote Easy's, he wrote all of Dre's.
Yeah,
Insane, man. And he did that through the time when he had a car crash.
yeah.
So he's like coming out of hospital, depressed as shit, feels like shit, and he's like, I'll still write rhymes for these cats.
I've
man.
got it. That's
Fuck DOC, man. Just mad shout out,
Bro,
dude.
when we got to the end of the tracks, I'm glad you did that because that's one of the main points I wanted to put across is the DOC, man.
Like this album wouldn't be this album if it wasn't for you, man. Like it wouldn't. I don't think it would
not
exist,
just
man.
this album. Like if you're a Death Row fan and a Ruthless Records fan and all, he is a ghostwriter for so many. There's so many hit songs that even Snoop, fucking everyone, man. He has wrote hit songs for the top artists
Yeah.
out there.
And go check out his motherfucking album, dude. Dre produced that shit.
What was
man.
what was the first album? It's got Funky Enough on it.
Yeah, dude.
um,
Yeah, dude.
Before another
I
thing
think that's
about
89.
89. I can't remember what the album's called though.
I can't remember. Off the
It
top of my
was
head either.
89.
It was 89.
Fucking, but you know, like if you know like what happened to him in a car crash and fucking got his voice box fucked up, you know, like he was gonna be a fucking primo MC, man.
Yeah.
Um,
His delivery was
crazy, man.
even like all those dudes say that they're
And
like
he's right-
no one could ever no they're like we never come across anyone that could go into a booth and deliver it that way.
Yeah,
Where it was one take, that's all you needed. No one they were like just no one could do it. It
Yeah.
was insane, man. The way this
he's
motherfucker
just
rock
an
shit.
OG.
And he's like, I don't need to swear, I don't need to talk about killing people and fucking
nah. I'm gonna hit
just
you with
funky
rhymes,
enough.
man. Funky enough.
you know?
Stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, but yeah, just crazy respect to that dude, man.
Mad respect, man.
I saw a wicked article, and I'll try to put the link in the description if I remember. If not, just go look it up. It's a Rolling Stones article called N.W.A. Reflects on E. Phil for Zaggin, 1991's most dangerous album, and it's a fucking crazy long read. But dude, DOC spills his heart in that shit with some craziness, and I'd read some of it if we had time, just because it's worth hearing. Go look it up. It's wicked, man. He talks about like he's like, I wasn't doing any of this gangster type shit, you know. He's like, I was just a kid from Minnesota. He's like, so I was just using my imagination to like, he's like, make up basically what the stuff that they did. He's like, you know, I know what their records are about and the type of shit they rap about. He's like, so I just made all that sort of shit up. He's like, and I was just making shit up for characters. He's like, I knew Eazy-E, like his character was funny and like did shit with girls. He's like, so that's how I'd write him. And then he like wrote Dre's.
Wow, man.
But then he had his accident, man, and he can't speak. And he comes back in and he's like, just wanted to keep doing that to feel normal, he said. He's like, because he was hell depressed. He can't spit anymore. His whole career's over. And he's like, writing down these lyrics. He's like, and then come up with his own system where he'd put numbers over like each rhyme. He's like, where if there's a 0, you got to come in on the offbeat or what shit like this, and then give the paper. And he's like, Dre worked out how to use that system, so I'd give him the verse with like numbers all over it, 1 to 4 of where to come in, orders and shit.
Wow.
He's like, and then I'd just whisper in Eazy-E's fucking ear, and Easy would lay the tracks and shit. Fuck, man. All while he's still
What a
fucked up.
talent.
Dude.
Ball of talent,
Dude,
man.
crazy.
That's one talented motherfucker.
And apparently Easy said to Ren, he's like, dude, you're going to have to be the fucking main cat on this album, man. He's like, I'm going to need you to come hard.
Yeah.
And Ren's like, and he said he was just listening to the greatest. He's like, I was listening to Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Rakim. He's like, because I just knew I couldn't leave anything on the table with this one. I got to come hard.
I've always been a Ren fan. It's just me, man. I just, for some reason, I've always liked MC Ren, man. So what's some standouts?
I like Dre's voice on this one, though. I reckon his oomp's pretty cool, man.
This is my favourite Dre.
Shows how good, again, DOC's lyricism is, that he writes different rhymes for each cat, man, that literally suits the dude, man. Like, Eazy-E's rhymes suit Eazy-E and don't sound like the rhymes Dre's spitting.
Nah.
Dre's rhymes suit
like
Dre
they've
and
written
some spare, like...
individually
Yeah,
themselves.
it's fucking wild as shit.
Because it suits the personality, exactly like
You are
said.
a lyricist, man. You can write.
What's some standouts for you?
Appetite for Destruction.
You know how you were going on about the main source to start a Snake Eyes?
Yeah.
For me, this is the intro on this
Motherfucking saga continues.
really sticks out to me, man. This is, for me, this is one of my favorite intros
Sick.
on an album. I love the beat, the message, and I think because I've always been an Above the Law fan, because they're on it, so fucking
Yeah.
I think maybe that might like be swaying me a bit.
I think Dre did their album.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's just a cool intro. Sets the tone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for
It's a
sure.
nice tone
but
setter.
I also read that this is what they were working with a certain musician. I can't remember who it was, but Dre pretty much doesn't sample in this album. This is how you get such crazy. He's like, let's bring in all these instruments and play it.
Okay.
And so apparently he was sitting there listening to the samples like they would, but instead of
and then
sampling
getting
it,
the person to
he's
put-
like, or just bring in an
sick,
instrument. He's
man.
like, and we'll just play that and change
There
up
needs to
notes.
be more of that.
You know, so instead of just like taking that, sampling it, he's like, let's play that again, but change that middle note to fucking like an E minor or like however the fucking thing,
yeah.
and then boom, boom, and then just cut it up in person, you know? I'm like, that's fucking wide. But that's how you get like, sonically, this is a next level album. And to me, this feels like him like preparing for the Chronic. That's all it feels like to me on his
Well, this was his training.
that's what I mean.
This
Like,
was his apprenticeship.
This is when apparently whoever that other musician was, and I'm sorry, not really, but apparently they brought in like Dre's first Moog synthesizer keyboard that he'd ever had, and that's where you get like Appetite for Destruction. You know how you get the high pitched synth, which is the exact synth that's used throughout the Chronic, just sprinkled upon the whole bloody album, which gives that G-funk sound or whatever. It's just, it seems like he's like making this album and he's like, this is fucking insane. I need to like, this is just my whole shit now. And the second he's finished, just make an album with just this fucking Moog thing, man. 'Cause this is sick. But that's killer, man. Such full sound, sonically so big and large, so wide.
Another
Thick.
one where the production is just fucking
Next level.
like.
And then here's another cool
There's
thing. I
nothing you
read.
would change.
Just another little thing.
There's
is
no
like,
level you would move around.
It's
or
so perfectly
just
balanced and mixed.
Leave it.
And like to where the vocals, like the beats, it doesn't overpower the vocals, but the way the vocals sit in there, the beat is louder.
It is, isn't it?
But in a good way that
Yeah, I
it's like,
know.
it just thumps, bro.
It's
Like,
a
it
loud
takes up
album.
The whole track.
It's a
man.
loud
Yes.
album.
It's so
Them
big,
tracks
man.
anyway.
It's so big.
It's fucking booming.
It's booming.
loud.
Bro.
But like you said, it's not too
Nah.
overpowering.
Because like, but I love how they do that with like the reverb on the voice, and it sort of sends them back a little bit or whatever. But it's just, it's not like you can't hear what they're saying. You got to turn it up really loud, and then the beats distorted because you've got it up so loud.
Yeah.
It's like the vocals are just put in there so masterfully.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane to
Yeah.
where the beat just encompasses and
Yeah.
all surrounds it.
It does.
Some
yeah,
dudes,
that's
it
a good
sounds like
description.
it sounds like they're rapping on top of a track or whatever. Like the track's there, then like their vocals have been slapped on top. When this, sounds like the fucking voice, and then the beat's just everywhere around it. I don't know. That's just fucking. It's just crazy, man. I don't know how this guy does it. And then like when we're talking about Tribe, they were influenced by these guys, and apparently these guys were playing like just crazy old school like 70s tracks and that sort of stuff for influence, and then inspiration, and they were playing like Tribe Called Quest, Bonita Applebum in the studio. I'm like, man, the cycle goes around. They're both like in their studios, like these guys are sick. He's like, these guys are sick. Let's fucking.
You're sick.
You're sick. No, you're sick, man. You got anything else, man? What other tracks you got, dog?
Real Brothers Don't Die.
Yeah, dude, I got that one.
Dre, man. For me, like we said before, this is my out of Dre's entire catalog. This is my favorite as an MC. I'm talking. This is my favorite Dre.
Yeah.
This is, I love Chronics and all that, both of them, but he just never goes this hard again, apart from Deep Cover. Yeah. Apart from that one Deep Cover track. I wonder
if he wrote that one.
He never gets back to this style again.
But
for me personally,
and I'd say I don't know if that's because DOC. I don't know if DOC.
Yeah, I wonder.
But Dre's a dude you can really see the evolution of his rhymes.
Yeah,
in the sense of I guess it's to do with whoever's writing his shit. He tends to sound like whoever he's rapping with.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you listen to these ones and he sounds like he's got those DOC rhymes. He sounds similar to Ren.
Yes,
he's trying
hell
to write
similar to
rhymes
Ren.
like Ren. You know what I'm saying?
Hell similar.
You get to the Chronic with Snoop Dogg. I don't know if Snoop Dogg's writing his rhymes, but at those real slow Snoop Dogg type.
Relax,
1,
more
2,
relax.
3 into the vault. It's real Snoop Dogg type stuff. You listen to his shit when he gets to Eminem. Eminem's 100% writing his rhymes, bro.
Yep.
You listen to things like Forget About Dre.
Forget About Dre. That's a good one.
Eminem's, and I've even heard a couple original tracks.
Motherfucker, stop coming up to me with your hands out like you want something for free. It's like, that's not your style, man.
Eminem's writing that shit.
Yeah,
man.
Eminem's right.
He sounds like whoever he's rapping
Sounds
with.
killer.
Man.
You sound killer.
Yeah, and it's a wicked trade-off, dude. You're making some dope beats, bro.
Beats.
All right, fucking run.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, bro.
And because I've even heard a few original tracks of songs like you remember what's that one that is in the gym? Old Time's Sake.
Okay, yep.
And I've heard the original version, which is like what Eminem must have sent back to Dre. Dre must have sent him the beat or whatever. I don't know how it works. Eminem's laid all the vocals, sent it back to him. Like, this is my part, this is your part. Because Eminem's doing the whole thing. He's doing all of Dre's bits. He does his voice like a little bit different. Like, because he's
trying to show him.
It's like,
this is how you're going to come
This is your bit, man. Yeah,
he's still going to do DOC.
Exactly, man. He's doing exactly that. And he's like, I've formulated it to where it sounds like you. It's not my rhymes, you know? I'm Dre from back in the day from N.W.A. It's like that style rather than, but 100% Eminem wrote it, you know. But fuck, who cares, man? Dude can produce like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you can get away when you can get away with it when you know.
And you're from the time where that was like, you know, Easy was doing it, man. No one gave a fuck. He was that fucking sick,
man.
And Easy's like, the way he spat was so sick, it sounded like he wrote
it,
you know?
Yeah.
And that's, again, but that's props to DOC writing shit that just sounds like, and Ice Cube before that too. I was going to say, we got to, like, that's just because we're talking about this album, and Ice wasn't around for this one or whatever. The Cube, man.
We recognize
but before that, Ice Cube, dude, big fucking shout out for that shit,
yeah, man.
Writing shit that sounds like him, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Big time, man. Brothers for Life. Brothers for, that's obviously not what it's called. Is that where D12 got the cut from? Brothers.
Yes, yeah. I reckon, man. I reckon. Yeah,
because
brothers. I also got Real Brothers on mine.
Yeah, all right. Sick. Always Into Something. You already said Avatar as such, but Always Into Something. That's probably one of my faves.
Dude,
as well.
same.
That always just.
Hey, somehow we got the same tracks.
That has always.
Yeah, man, that's a wicked
one.
One
Of my faves off the album.
And
man.
The last one I'll mention is One Less Bitch. I like that track too. Man.
One Less Bitch.
Yeah, okay, sick.
Okay, I just kicked myself in the dick there because I do love Always Into Something, but probably my fucking favorite on the album is Find 'Em, Fuck 'Em, and Free.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting a real insight.
I mean, come on, man.
You're getting an insight into a dude here. And I'll just quickly Automobile because. I'll be
funny,
good
man.
to you. It always just goes, if you be good to me. I love the fucking
voice, man.
It's the voice, man. It's so funny. And even she swallowed it. It don't matter.
She
just don't bite
swallowed
it. It don't matter. Just don't bite. It's the world's biggest dick. Fucking.
Apparently, just another little fact is apparently they came up with, they do like what Gangstar sort of does, come up with the name of their tracks before they write them.
Okay.
So like, I can't remember if it was Ren came in, he's like, Appetite for Destruction. And they're like, let's make that track. Let's make Appetite for Destruction.
Okay.
And you make a beat that matches the name of the track, basically, you know? You're like, that's hard.
Man.
That sounds like Appetite for Destruction.
See, that's the shit I'm fiend on. Them
Yeah.
little
Because I remember Guru always saying that. He's like, or
details.
Premier would say, he's like, Guru would come up to me with the names of the tracks and be like, basically like, code the streets. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, I have to make a beat that suits that, basically, like what he wants to talk about. And that's how he'd formulate the tracks. But that's sick, man. That's sick.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. That seems like that'd be way too hard for me to do.
Fuck that.
Like
yeah.
we've said before, if
My
you've-
shit's way too unstructured.
if you've written it, you know, you read it right, like you don't get to
Everyone has
pick
that.
what the rhyme
Yeah,
is
I don't
about.
pick. It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
man. I'm finding out as I go.
Yeah, you find out as you
Yeah.
go. It turns into whatever it turns
We're
into.
all discovering this at the same time, bro.
Discovering it
Yeah.
at the same time, man.
Yeah. I think you put your puzzle together and you're like, I fucking hate that picture. It's a terrible picture.
You got any final little comments on this?
No, man, I can...
How do you say the title backwards?
I don't know how you say it, but I say it. E-Fil for Zaggin.
There we go. That's it.
E-Fil for Zaggin, man.
Okay.
I so want to just go up to a music shop and just ask if
Ask
they
him.
got the album.
Hey,
You got E-Fil for Zaggin?
are the original?
Yeah.
Or do you have the re-release one?
You got,
Just start talking to them like they know what you're
yeah.
talking
You got it
about.
on wax?
You got the one with the bonus tracks, or you got the wax, or what?
Was it on wax, man? Was it? How many LPs is it, man?
Some fucking 16-year-old.
Double side? Yeah.
Sir. Sir, you're not on the cross.
I've been looking for the cassette, man. I've been looking for the tape. You got the A-track? The A-track?
My little notes on this one was obviously this is the first N.W.A. album without Ice Cube. It was their second album and it was their final album.
Final album.
Because Dre and
Left in the same
DOC,
year.
Dre and DOC, and we just have told you how important DOC was. They left in the same year, and I think obviously that was the catalyst. Like Ice Cube really hurt, but I think like they could have kept going if Dre and DOC stayed around. I believe in my mind they could have kept going.
Well, I heard a quote from Yella, and he reckons if they went on concert again, if they did another tour, they would have stuck together.
Okay,
That's what he reckons.
all right. Well, because to me, like this is a good sonically. This is a cool album, man.
Sonically, bro, you are warming up for the Chronic.
Yeah, and MC wise, this is a nice album, man. So like,
Hard.
personally, I think they could have kept it going but that was obviously the catalyst. I've got notes here to talk about DOC. We've already done that, and I just want to say that again that this is 100% my favorite Dre.
Yeah, hell yeah. And rest in peace, Easy E, you know?
Rest in peace, Eazy-E, man.
Big Easy.
Yep.
And I'll do it to you this time, dog. Some shit's come up, man. They're
Oh,
just like
no,
fucking. I just got paged, man. I got the buzz.
Come on, bro. Fuck.
They sending me somewhere else, man. You gotta do this mission alone, dude. You gotta do this solo mission up to Mars. And they said there's only room for one album.
All right, but
There's only room for one album. There's only 1 hour's worth of recording on that shit.
before you launch me, though, can I just do a quick honourable mention, man? Like, just to show these
fuck,
motherfuckers
I
how hard it
guess.
was. We had Ice Cube,
Yeah, they
Death
fueling up.
Certificate, Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped, Dell, I Wish My Brother Was Here, Cypress Hill, Scarface, Mr. Scarface is back, the UMCs, Fruits of Nature, Leaders of the New School, A Future Without a Past,
Which mentioned everyone.
Pete Rock, CL Smooth, all sold out.
It's an EP. It's a small one, but still.
Above the
sick.
Law, Vocally Pimpin', and De La Soul.
De La Soul is dead.
That's the one, man.
Yeah, man. But I'll also give a shout out to Das Effects, Dead Serious.
Oh!
To me, that's an insane album.
Yep.
Showbiz and AG, Soul Clap too. That could be mentioned. And I don't know if you
Sisters.
mentioned Organized Confusion.
Oh, I didn't.
Organized Confusion. But,
Oh my
just go check
God,
out every album in '91. Get back to us, man.
Fucking hell, man.
All right, let's blast you off, motherfucker. What you taking, man? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Main source.
2, 1.
No.
He's
Fucking.
taking the mad scientist
Sorry,
and those
Trash.
twin DJs. Fuck me up.
Fuck me up. sorry, Uncle Vinny.
You motherfuckers rock it, man. Hey, cheers for tuning in, though, guys. We'll be back next week
92.
with 92, man. And you know the albums are only getting better from here, man. So shit's just going to get fucking harder and harder.
That's it, man. That's quickly just before we go, man. I just want to say, hey, man, if last episode and this episode it's still not your style of like hip hop, stick with it, man. Like the cool thing is you're gonna get to see the evolution of it, man, and it will be your style one of these years.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Or even just go listen to it.
Go listen to it, man.
Yeah. Go listen.
You
Go,
might
just go check it all out,
might
man.
prove yourself wrong.
Yeah, man. If you had to give him one to listen to first, what would it be? I'm just going to say, just because it's the last one I listened to, go listen to Tribe. Go listen to that Tribe one, man.
Yep.
I fucking love that shit.
I'll say, okay, then I've got to say something different. I'll say Main Source. The
All
one
right,
I
man.
took to Mars with me.
Hells yeah, dude.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. For the 90 now.
90 now.
All heads realize.
Wrekonize.
Real heads on the rise.
Wrekonize, my brother.
Boot camp coming through. 1, 2, 3,
in the night.
3, 2, 1. Represent my son. Show him how it's done.
So, that's all for now, but we'll be back.